Hello, thank you for joining this class. In this part of the course dedicated to sacred geometry and 7 chakras, we're going to draw the root chakra diagram, Yantra, and use Neurographica to increase its power and make it our very personal. So those who are new to Neurographica, completely new, please let me know, and I will provide you with a additional exercise that will help you understand. Because NeuroGraphicArt becomes so familiar for English-speaking people, I'm sure that everyone who joined this class know it. If not, please let me know. Connect with me. We are our group on Facebook, right in the comment on this video, and I will send you information enough so it will be easy for you to complete this exercise. At the beginning, we will use sacred geometry and draw the diagram using our tools, like ruler, straight edge, pencil, compass. Please make sure that it's quite sharp. So, because on the precision depends the quality of the drawing, and just in case an eraser. For now, this is enough to construct the drawing, and later we will use fine markers to apply neurographic lines. If you're interested to see the final result, this will be something like this. This is one of my practice drawing, one of many. And of course, when we draw this together, this diagram, Yantra together, it will be completely different because, as you know from experience or from others, that neurographic drawing is different. Even from person to person, no drawing is alike because our state, our mental, emotional, and physical state changes, and based on that, our perception and our expression also changes. So let's begin our drawing. First, we will find, since it's more like Yantra, or you can draw it as mandala, we will find the center of the page. This, I suggest finding, use a ruler and just find it on the intersection of two diagonals. Make a small mark. Mine was a little bit too short. So approximately here. Please draw the vertical line. It's desirable that it's parallel to the edge. So make sure that your lines are fine. I have to, so you can see on the screen, I have to draw stronger lines. For example, otherwise you will not be able to see them on the screen. Now I will take my compass, the radius. I would say the entire figure is here. Let's try 4-inch radius, or 4 centimeters, 4 inch, and that will be about maybe 1.5 inches. I'm using it's letter size paper. The size really doesn't matter. It's just a matter of whether you can fit it on the drawing. I'll try 4. Okay. I find the center here. And I draw 2 more circles where the centers on the intersection of vertical line and the first circle. So make sure it's the same size. And it seems a little bit off, but off the center of the page. But believe me, I have a little bit low page down, a little bit down the screen. So the next, we need to find a horizontal line. And to draw a precise horizontal line, I will apply rules of geometry. And I find the horizontal line using my compass. Arch here. I use as a reference points, and just here intersections of the two circles. It's very important that when you do this, it's the same radius on both sides. And you will understand why when we draw the diameter, this center line. But it has to go through three points, intersection of arch here and the center. So those 2 points add additional 2 points that we're going to use as our new centers. Altogether, we need to draw 4 circles. So be careful finding the center. And the 4th one. Now this four petal flower gives us enough information to draw diagonals and divide the circle into like 8 parts. We need those lines for constructing our drawing. So I draw the diagonals, crossing these 2 points, the center. And please draw very light lines on your drawing. I have to draw strong enough, apply enough pressure so you can see on the screen. So when we have this figure, now it's the time to draw the 4 square. If you refer the reference on the drawing of diagram, there is a square in the middle. Square in the root chakra represents earth. The square is the sign of earth. It's associated with stability, grounding, safety, security. I use these following points and I inscribe it in this circle. And I connect these 4 points. Just intersection of the diagonals with the first circle. This square, you can make stronger lines because they will be part of our drawing. I can also inscribe the inverted triangle, which represents the grounding effect of this figure of this mandala or yantra. This triangle is the equilateral, meaning that all 3 sides are equal. To make it equal, I know that one side, if it's inverted, will be here somewhere and pointing down. So that's why I used this side of the square as a reference. I measure it. easy. The size, and I started from here. So where these points touch, this will be the base of that rectangle, and I can draw the line. And it's facing down. It's 2 points intersection. Let's see. And pointing down. You can pause the video and check the steps and do it at your own pace. You can also erase these circles. They will not be part of the drawing. They're mostly used for constructing the drawing. I'm going to draw now our circle that creates this mandala, limiting that outer circle, for example, here. The radius could be different. I didn't find exact measurements. Sometimes it's more of petal flowers wider, sometimes narrower. Never used it typical, it's quite common on the Yantra that I used as an example, about the same size as our constructing circles. And I make a circle around those squares, around those circles. Make sure my circle, oops, this is my compass open too wide. I'll draw it again. Make sure that's the same size. To construct the petals, I would find the middle. I would like to draw one circle that's approximately in the middle between this and this. How I will find it is it's easy. I measure the size. So it's about 4 inches because this circle is twice the size of this one. I'm sorry, 4 centimeters. So I find the center point, about the center point between the 2 circles. And that will be the radius of a new circle that's used to drawing the petals. There are 2 variations. Sometimes petals are pointing up, or sometimes they're diagonals. I will show in this example how to draw when they're pointing on 4 sides, but I will also I can do, maybe I'll see whether it can possible to record it when they point this side towards the diagonals rather than towards the 4 directions. Okay, so in this class, today in this tutorial, we will draw them pointing up. Our next step, we're going to draw this graceful lotus petals using the compass. Using circles around it, so I will find the first, the shape is about like this. I will show you by pencil line, like freehand. You can do it freehand, no problem. Something like this. But if we're using geometry and geometric art, we can use compass and make our drawing as precise and symmetrical as possible, because this symmetry, it creates it attraction that our eye, because it's perfect, it's symmetrical, our mind is fascinated with it, and as a result, we get this visually balanced. So my calculation, I determined the following, how to draw this. So I measure, please have a look, I measure about the size of this, the distance between the circle and the square, the base. I find the circle, the center of my new circle. Nice. Okay, and this becomes the center of my arch that I'm going to use for the petal curve. Here. I open it so it touches the edge, the corner. It doesn't touch completely this line. We will just use freehand. It's the same we will do on the top. The measure is the same distance as the radius here. I'll just make the mark. This becomes the center of this. The center. And I will draw the arc here. And connect the two lines. So you can do on this side the same thing. When we're drawing only, you can do pointing this side. You can do on both sides. So I will, if you can see because of the shadow, I will repeat on this side, okay? Without my explanations, but I will just draw this petal. So this will, you see how to draw the petals here, and you can continue and finish the rest of them. I will stop this video and we'll do one, and you're welcome to continue. And we'll meet in a couple of minutes. So This is my drawings with the lotus flowers, lotus petals, 4. Most of the drawing is ready. This is this symbol of the root of Muladhara chakra, which is composed of a central square representing the earth, inverted triangle, and 4 petals. Next, you can stop. There are options. You can stop here and add decoration and turn it into a mandala, or you are welcome to continue with me and draw the gates, the 4 directions, as in traditional yantra. First, we will draw the square, the frame, and that will be the square. It will touch the circle. And then I combine, I will use the same radius. So 1 point, another point, and I will do the points on the top as well. And only 4 sides. So these lines will, these intersecting lines will show me the corners of the square around it. We will connect them now so that 3 points, it touches this square, the sides, the corners, and the side of the circle. Yes, I'm a little bit off here. I apologize. It's supposed to be like this. I'm a little bit out on this corner. You see, when I'm drawing with the camera, I look not above, not as you see it, but from a side. So it's quite often I'm a little bit off because I cannot see exactly where the line intersected. I will do my best. And please remember, as we're applying neurographic lines, what's supposed to be perfect, it's not perfect because of our human interference. Not that it's not human error, it's something that we apply. It's what we're trying to be perfect, but we cannot due to certain conditions. And that's the beauty of Neurographica, that we can work with perfect forms and make them very unique, personal, and also improve. And if you probably remember that we're working with a Muladhara chakra, it's so if you may focus and do that. Right now, we were very much concentrated on drawing the light figure, the figure composition. Now we will use the neurographic line and become more meditative. This is an excellent concentration exercise using the logical mind, analytical mind. I continue with this yantra, and we're going to draw the gates now, the 4 gates, 4 directions. It's not necessary, it's an extra step. If you feel like drawing, continue with me. A little bit of calculation, adding the drawing, classical, turning into classical yantra. If you would like to stop here and work only with this shape is also fine. So it's up to you. And the shape, if you can see typically on yantras is the gate opening here, and it's something like this. So, gate opening, you can see. This is the last work with a ruler. So finishing the composition according to steps on Neurographica. What I found, the only measurements for this are such like this, and I converted them in units. So this one, I'm not talking about 3 units, 2 units opening, and 3 units again, and this one, the top one is 6. That I found that exists, and I know any other explanation, and I will use these measurements to determine the size on my drawing. That will be the same. A little bit of calculation is involved. I know, and I see it, I measure, it's 16, my entire side is 16 centimeters. Your could be different, but mine is 16. How you can see it, even if it's not precise, you can measure with a ruler, but that to, I know it's 16 because it's centimeters, because I had radius 4 and 4. So this is the double side. Multiplied by 2, this is diameter, it makes it 4 plus 4, 8. And 8 plus 8 makes 16. It's very convenient. So my next step is to determine how I can divide using my centimeters, because this is just only units. I add those units, 3 plus 3, 6, and plus 2, 8. So 8. So now 16, I divide by 8 and equals 2 units. So each one consists of 2 units. So one measurement that I use 2 centimeters. So not this 8 units, 2 centimeters. So each 1 unit that I'm going to use here equals 2 centimeters. This is my case. You don't have to do these measurements, I assure you. I just love this geometric art. You're welcome to do it freehand. Just look how approximately it is. Okay, so this is how far we do the edge. This is so the wide. Just do it by hand. No measurements necessary. So 3 multiplied by 2, 6. So I'll measure my 6 centimeters, 6 centimeters here, and 2 by 2, it's about 4. I see they're not precise. This one is 6 units, multiplied by 2 is 12. So I know that it's wider. It's 6. Anyway, and I use it's 12, and I just measure 6 on each side. That will be my opening gate, and I can do the same on all 4 sides. So I'll probably do it like 2. And I measure 6 on this side. I will, this is this side. It's my neurographic lines, and I can do the same on each side. I'll just transfer these measurements on the other side, on the bottom. Oh. And on the other side. Two. So this is the size of my, and then at the bottom, I do the same thing. This is my yantra, and from now on you can raise. I will erase this calculation you don't need. I can continue and start applying neurographic line, and here I concentrate on my lines. You can erase the lines that we don't need for simplicity, and we will outline the following. Now I focus on my line. Drawing the neurographic line. Starting with a square. Triangle. The petals. A small micro movement with my hand. Now I'm just working with the existing shape. And now I can outline a circle, part of the image of the figure. Now I can start feeling that differently. It's a different experience comparing to drawing with a ruler. Yes, I like this precision, but I also like this human touch, warmth, that uniqueness that every neurographic line gives. Here we are. I will post this video and I will start applying like more neurographic lines and erase the lines first, the construction lines. And I will start applying my first neurographic lines. When you're doing your neurographic lines, please focus on what you want to express on your, we're drawing the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, which is to do with our physical being. Enjoy it, and we will meet in a few minutes. I will pause this video. With my composition figure is ready, we can start applying neurographic lines and follow the basic formula, the basic algorithm of Neurographica. Those who know, and those who do not know, just follow us on the screen. So this is you're welcome to apply lines along this drawing, which probably is to strengthen the shape, the image. You see, the more lines, you can also simultaneously apply rounding. It's about grounding, it's about balance. This root chakra, grounding and stability. Those who need extra. You can also start applying neurographic lines. And from the center, okay. Not necessarily the center. I don't know, my hand, just my hand works this way. I can follow the lines that are construction lines, so-called construction that we use for a drawing, a sacred image geometry. Since it's a mandala, it feels like my lines want to radiate from the center. I don't know, that's what's feeling today. Of course, I can use, the lines can intersect, follow, go to the background. We will use this time to turn it into a NeuroGraphicArt drawing. As much as you follow, you know the rules, drawing the lines, feeling them, focusing on your sensations, on the changes that appear in your mind, your emotions, and immersing, going deeper into this process of drawing. You can stop this video and continue on your own, and we will meet in a few minutes. As you can see here, so I apply the neurographic lines, maybe more than I had expected. And simultaneously, I also did rounding as I was applying the lines. So if you're familiar with the principle of rounding, you need to do this as much as you feel like doing it. So I softened those corners, especially on the thick lines, but some lines are left not rounded, okay? That you need to see and act according to your personal feelings. If you feel more agitated, you need more calming down, do more rounding. In general, rounding produces very calming effect. I have no conflict in this drawing. But still, it could be a powerful image with all these lines, straight lines, sharp corners. Rules, as many lines as do you feel like. Of course, I connect them at the same in the background. I outline also with I double line outline again and the main figure. So I use first a wider, stronger marker. Now I can do a few more lines with a finer pencil marker. And also do rounding if you need. Those straight corners. Maybe it's easy with a finer marker. If I would like to strengthen certain elements, I can add also stronger lines to emphasize the main shape. Strengthening the inner shape. By making lines stronger, you can make certain element much more prominent and bring it to the foreground. Especially with if you're drawing with a black line, it's so powerful. There are also elements like letters inside of the petals, and in the middle, the syllable lam, which is mantra for this chakra. But for me personally, they don't mean much, so that's why I didn't include them. This drawing I included purely for decoration, but you're welcome to include them. You're welcome to work on your mandala or yantra, what you feel will benefit you. Now it's time to probably to apply colors. So we need red colors and yellow. And you can see I'm almost finishing my pencils that were with me from the very beginning in Neurographic over 2.5 years ago. I will start with yellow, which is a yellow square in the middle. So the colors we do not use our intuition as typically we do in our drawings in Neurographica or apply rules, but we follow, again, the suggestion is to apply the colors that are associated with this chakra, which is yellow with a square and red, or the colors pink and red, the color of earth, and everything is with related with a material, physical material world. The testing colors I have is only 3. For reds, you can use as many reds as you would like and apply it. Now you can apply colors the way you feel like. First I do is very light touch drawing, and I can make it apply it stronger when I'm determined exactly what colors and how I like to apply them. You're welcome to stop this video and we will connect a little bit later. So this, yeah, you can see I started with my colors stronger, and that's probably applying colors in unifying. That's in the integration process called in Neurographic and step when it's relevant areas become united by colors, associated colors, and also the colors where we get most of our feelings, most of our support. If you're interested to know about more colors on why we get such a tremendous response when we apply colors, you're welcome to watch our recording of the Pyramid of Consciousness. It's available for free. And we go deeper on the level. That's why it's colors very deep on the subconscious level. So try this color, pink color on the outside. I will pause my video and will continue. So this is so far I drawn my Yantra, my Root Chakra Yantra. What else you could do? What else is possible to do? Of course, you can add more lines if you feel like adding more lines. I'm satisfied with the amount of lines. And then when I take a photo, I'll probably crop it to here to make it square because it's square shape. You can apply more colors, other colors on the background. It's up to you. I don't feel like I don't want to dilute the power of this image, so I'll probably leave it as it is, and clean the area to make it even more defined. Well, it's up to you. So what else? You could emphasize certain shape even stronger and make it square stronger, make it a darker color even, to show the depth of this shape, three-dimensional. That's how you apply colors. You can, of course, you can add the field lines. Lower, no, you can apply field lines, and typically I have this big brush pen, that marker that can work really well. So this is, but I don't, as it's here on the previous drawing, but right now I don't feel like applying field lines on this drawing, not yet. I would like to see your drawing, so if you feel like sharing, I would appreciate greatly in my Facebook group, Neurographic Art and Life. That would be great. On your pages, you can tag me. I will also appreciate greatly. You can mention my class, you can reference it, and I will appreciate your helping to spread that wonderful art of neurographic art, especially with the combination of sacred geometry. So that theme, the topic that I'm interested in, sacred geometry. And for now, we will complete this class. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for your attention and for drawing with me. I wish you all the best, good luck, and I will see you in the next classes, which will follow shortly. Have a wonderful day.